Oh, hi! And we are live. This hour on Verbally, the next in my, excuse me, my business basics class. This is a class where we go over some of the basic communication skills and vocabulary you need to do business in different places, different cultures, different sectors of the economy, different markets. So what we're going to work on today is the concept of money in different cultures. I've got a fascinating article for you to read and a little discussion at the end to talk about what money means in your culture, what your experiences are dealing with different people in different areas of business, maybe different customers or different clients. But first, let's do a little introduction and then we'll get started. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you today from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. By the way, if you click on the link in the Verbling chat window, it'll take you here to my profile page, which is loading. Give it a second. And on the left side, you can click follow to be notified of my upcoming classes. On the right, you can click message to send me a message, of course. Book now for a private tutoring class or for a private tutoring package. And in those classes, I will work on creating a personalized learning plan to help get you to your particular goals as soon as possible. Okay, so if you're interested, just send me a message. For now, let's go to the material for today. You can see it on screen right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a link. The text in this presentation is a little bit small. Okay, so it might be a good idea for you to open this in another tab in your browser. So click on that second link. If for any reason you can't see the link in the chat window, I'll give you the link in the private chat, the internal chat window too. Okay? But you'll see. When we get to that part, you'll see if you can read it or if you can't read it. Okay? All right. So let me say hello to everyone, and then we'll get started. So, and I've got a few questions for you to think about when we talk about what money means in your culture and in your experience. So, first person is Mr. Wellington. Welcome back, Wellington. Long time
Hi.
no see.
Yes, yes. How are you?
Oh my goodness, it's been like months.
Yeah,
I've missed you, Wellington.
I me too. You're now. You're changing your hour, your time, your schedules.
I
Um,
did. I
yeah,
changed it
because
for you so
no,
that you could be in the class.
now for me is bad. It's not good because it's later.
It's not good?
No, it's not
It's
good.
bad this time? Ah.
Yeah, yeah. I need more earlier. 1 hour, one hour earlier.
Uh, no, but I'm teaching 1 hour earlier too, so you've got a choice if you want.
Okay.
But I'm
Okay.
going to be at this schedule from now on because a lot of people, it was too early for everyone in South America, so I got the next time slot down. So, but I'm here 1 hour earlier too for different classes. Anyway, nice to see you. And we've got,
Sorry,
oh yeah,
sorry. Today I'm here because today is holiday here in Brazil.
right, right, yes. uh, Today is not a holiday for me though.
Yeah.
Back to work. Um, well, let's see who else is here. We've got Mr. Roberto. Welcome back, Roberto. How are you?
Fine, teacher. And you?
Very good. Excellent. Mr. Jose Sastra, I'm sorry. Long time no see, Jose. How are you?
Hi, pretty good, thank you.
Very good, very good. You were trying to pass an English exam that time, weren't you? I think you were going to take some exam months ago, right?
Not really.
No, I thought that we were working on some.
No,
No, it was an interview.
yeah,
Interview.
that's it.
Right. Right. And how did that go, by the way? I don't remember you telling me anything. Did you?
Was good, but the interviewer was an asshole and nothing to do.
So you don't have a new job yet?
No.
No. Okay. But now is the time for jobs. September.
Yeah, I know.
It's the time. So keep practicing your interview skills, Jose. Teach it verbally. Become a Spanish teacher.
Yeah, it's another option.
There you go. If I can help, let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Javier, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. You?
Very good, very good. Okay, we got a few new faces here as well. We've got Gabriella. How are you, Gabriella? Gabriella Benassi, how are you? Hello, Gabriella. I don't hear you. Uh-oh. So, Gabriella, if you can, if your microphone isn't working, just write something in the chat window so I know you can hear me. Okay? I'll write, hello, Gabriella. And then you respond so I know that you can hear me. Okay. Ah, you can hear me. But we cannot hear you, Gabriella. I'll tell you what. No, I do not hear you. So, Gabriella, okay. Remember, sometimes the Hangout does not load properly, and then the microphone won't work. If that happens, just leave or restart your browser and come back in, and usually it's okay. So we'll come back to you in a moment, Gabriella. Welcome back, Christian, from last hour. Nice to see you again.
Yes, thank you.
And we've got Andre Luis as well. Hello, Andre.
Hello, teacher. Good morning.
Okay, very good. And you're from Brazil?
Yes.
Ah, okay. I thought I could hear a little Brazilian accent. Excellent. Nice to have you, Andre. And we've got Anna Carolina. Welcome back, Anna. How are you?
I'm fine, teacher. I'm happy to attend your class.
Very good, very good. What time is it there right now, Anna?
It's 9 a.m. Usually I cannot attend this hour, but today it's a holiday.
Today's a holiday, yeah.
7 a.m. is a great time.
Yeah, I know, but unfortunately I've got another school now. I had to change the time because I'm working earlier. But you never know. Maybe sometimes we can fill in other times.
In the evening?
In the evening I'm doing private classes, so it's just not working. That's the problem. I wish it was the evening. I wish it was.
At midday?
Sorry? Say again?
At midday?
For me, this is midday. I don't know. I think for the moment I got to stick to this time, but we'll see. You never know. My schedule changes from time to time. We'll see what happens when all the classes begin. So we'll see. I'll try to do, but usually, yeah, maybe I'd rather do it later if I could. Well, we'll see what happens. Gabriella, how is your microphone now? Is it working? Let's see, because we got, hello, I think I can hear you, Gabriella. Hello, hello. Nope, still no Gabriella. Can you hear me, Gabriella? All right, so Gabriella, can you keep working on your microphone? Okay. By the way, one thing that could help Gabriella is if you go, give me a second and I'll share my screen with you. Yeah, okay. So just use the chat window for today. But look, Gabriella, if you click here on the settings, this cog symbol, and make sure that your camera is the right camera and your microphone is the right microphone. Okay? Sometimes the problem is there. Okay? And then see if that works. Okay? All right. In the meantime, let's get this back on screen. We're going to talk about what money means in different cultures. Of course, this is business basics. So in the context of doing business, you know, there's different social customs that we all have to adhere to when talking about sensitive issues. Money can be a very sensitive issue. So let's find out a little bit about what it means in your culture and others. I want to start off with a little question. My question is, well, let me put this on the screen for you.
Sorry, teacher, you listen to me now?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh,
Hello,
very
Gabriella. How are you?
good. Hello, I'm fine, and you?
Very good. And where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
All the Brazilians are here today because it's a holiday.
Yeah, in this morning.
Okay, very good.
Thank you for helping.
No problem. So, I want you to answer the questions in the box below, and then we're going to discuss your answers to question number 1. It says with a partner, but we're going to do it as a group. Uh-oh, dogs. Talk about which of these methods of payment you have used in the last week. So look at where it says, what do you do with your money? Number 1. Actually, could you read that for us, Anna Carolina? Number 1, the first question.
Sure, teacher. In which situations do you use the following means of payment?
Okay, and what are our choices?
Cash, debt, debt to your credit card,
Say it like
check,
this, debit.
debit,
That's it.
debit or credit card, check, bank transfer, PayPal, money transfer via mobile phone.
That's right. And by the way, careful with the word check, because you have to have a ch, like chow, check.
Check. Okay.
That's it.
Check.
That's it.
Thank
Very
you.
good, very good. Okay, and Andre Louise, could you read question number 2 for us?
How much of your money have you invested in following? Currency accountant, savings accountant, government bonds,
Like this,
shares,
government, not government, but government.
government,
Good.
shares, property,
Property.
property,
Good.
property,
Careful with
gold,
the endings, though. One thing. Brazilian speakers, all of you, sometimes drop the endings. So it's not property, but property. Like that, Andre. Property.
property,
That's it. Really, really long. Property.
property.
Good. That's it.
It's better.
Yeah.
Gold, antique, and works of arts.
One more time. Antiques.
Antiques.
Antiques. Very good. Okay. Are there any vocabulary words that you're not sure of in the answers of number 1 and number 2? Does everyone know what a current account is? What a bond is?
Teacher, I'm not sure about word government bonds. It is taxes.
No, not a tax. A government bond is when you buy not a share of a company, but a share of the government. You're buying a piece of the government. So it's basically you buy a portion of the government. It could be small, it could be 100 euros or $100. It could be big, it could be $1 million. And then they keep the money and they give you back the money plus interest. Usually it's plus interest. So it's a way for you to invest in the government without paying taxes. When you pay taxes, you lose the money. You get back Social Security and you get back services, that's true. But government bonds gives you back yield. By yield, I mean profit. Yield means that you get back money in addition to what you spent. Okay? So, Are so that was Gabriella, right? You were asking the question, Gabriella?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and you told me where you're from. I forgot what you said. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
From Brazil. So can you buy government bonds in Brazil? Is it possible?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah.
Here is
Does any
the Tesouro Nacional.
Tesouro Nacional,
Yeah.
Nacional. Ah. So it's possible, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Ah,
believe.
okay. Okay, good. So if you pay for the Tesouro Nacional, uh, what do? You spend what, 100 reais, and then you get back 15% or something like that? How does it work? Do you know a little bit about it, Wellington?
I don't know a lot, but in it's like you said. We can pay. I think from you can. It's not necessarily a lot of money,
Right,
but you need to go in one bank,
right.
and there they sell. They do the exchange. They do
Hmm?
um,
The transaction.
the transaction.
Right.
Yes, but you have to pay attention because the banks they charge a percentage.
Percentage.
Yes,
Percentage.
the percentage, and because this here in Brazil is good that you go to the Bank of Brazil.
Hmm.
Other banks they charge grand quantity of grand percentage.
Not grand,
So
not grand. Big, big.
yeah, big percentage. So this way is not too good
Right, right,
to
right,
do
right.
kind of transaction in other banks.
Okay, good, good. So we know what it is now, at least. Let me just say a quick hello to Ilkin. Hello, Ilkin. How are you? Am I saying your name correctly? Help me with the pronunciation. Ilkin, is that right? Uh-oh, he doesn't have his microphone on. Mr. Shavaladov. How do I pronounce your first name? Is it Ilkin, like that? Okay, when you get your microphone on, maybe you can help me out, okay? So, anyway, thanks for joining us. Okay, are there any other, can you help me say your first name? I want to just make sure that I pronounce it right. Turn on your mic. Oh, he's gone. Okay, so much for that. I was trying to welcome him to class. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Sastra. Notice answer E in question 2. Not answer E, sorry, answer G in question 2. Antiques. Do you own any antiques, Jose?
No, not really. I don't have antiques.
Why would someone want to buy antiques instead of maybe putting money into a savings account? Is there some advantage, do you think?
I think so, because if you buy an antiques, maybe in 10 years, the value of this article is higher.
That's right. Maybe we say that that's called appreciation. Appreciation. It appreciates. So your vocabulary word there is it appreciates over time, Jose. It appreciates. With me?
Okay.
It appreciates over time. Does that mean goes up or goes down? Appreciates. Jose, are you there?
Yep.
When I say appreciate, do I mean that it increases or decreases?
Increases.
Exactly. So you can say that. It's a good vocabulary word. Why buy antiques? Because the value
The value
appreciates.
appreciate.
That's it. Especially we usually we use it with the pattern, the word pattern, appreciates over time. Or what do you think? Let me ask this one to Christian. If it appreciates over time, what do you think the opposite would be? What's the opposite of appreciate?
Appreciate is decrease, for example.
So what's another way to say decrease?
Increase.
If appreciate means increase, what's the opposite of increase? Not appreciate, but
appreciate over time. It's
what's the opposite? Opposite.
The opposite is decrease. No.
Nope. There's a better
No.
word. Anyone want to guess? If appreciate is increase, what would be the contrary of appreciate? Anybody? 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 Going once? Going twice?
Depreciate.
Depreciate.
Depreciate. Yes, yes.
It depreciates. That's right.
Yeah.
So these are finance words, okay? But since we're talking about very specific forms of money, it's appropriate to use these. So why buy antiques? Jose said they'll appreciate over time. Sure, absolutely. Yeah, as long as they don't turn out to be fakes. Well, even if they're fakes, they might appreciate if they're good fakes. Does anyone invest? By the way, we're going to answer these questions, but I'm just working on the vocabulary just a little bit here. Does anyone invest in things like gold? Does anyone put their money in, what's the name of that when you buy gold and silver? There's a name for that. I'm blanking on the word right now. It's not commodities, but oh my God, I'm just blanking on the word. It'll come to me in a minute. But does anyone invest in gold, silver, those kind of things instead of saving money in an account? Does anyone do that? Just out of curiosity. No. I guess the problem there is it really takes a lot of money to do that kind of investing, so it's not for everyone. And also, gold isn't quite what it used to be. I heard that gold is a lot cheaper than it used to be, which is very interesting. What was that, Anna? You have gold bars?
Just smaller, 1.5, because it was a inheritance.
Oh, really? Wow. Very good, very good. So if you, how would that work? So if you wanted to, you could sell in or you could cash in the gold bars for money. Is that right?
Yes, sure.
Ah, okay. Very good, very good. That's interesting. So when you got the inheritance, was it given to you in gold, or did you choose to put it into gold?
No, it was part of the will.
Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. So the idea there is that, right, that if you got inheritance in money, it might not be, someone was planning ahead, Anna. They were thinking gold is never ever going to lose value. So there you go. Hey, here's a question for all of you. One last question. Does anyone have diamonds? Just out of curiosity. I don't. I'm poor. Do any of you have anything with diamonds in it? Don't worry, we're not going to rob you. Don't worry.
No.
Do you know why I'm asking? Because recently, within the last 5 or 10 years, scientists have perfected a way to manufacture artificial diamonds that are supposed to be indistinguishable from real diamonds, and they're perfect. They found a way to cook carbon at such a high temperature that they can actually make diamonds. I've actually seen it done. On YouTube, you can probably see a video. So that makes me think that investing in some things is not as valuable. I mean, if you can make diamonds, how on earth could they have the same value? You see what I'm saying? So, okay, let me get your answers here. In which situations do you use the following payments, right? The following payments. Let's start with you, Gabriella. What's your answer to number 1?
I'm sorry, teacher. Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, what's your answer to question number 1? In which situations do you use some of those means of payments?
I'm use very sorry, I'm use a lot. It's correct?
Yes, I use something a lot. I use cash a lot
Yeah.
or something like that. What do you use a lot?
Debit or credit card.
Huh? Okay. So you could also say I usually use debit or credit
Usually.
cards. Yeah, usually.
Usually.
What about you, Javier? Which one do you use the most?
The most I pay in cash and by debit or credit card. So yeah,
So
the
it's more
most
frequent.
in cash or debit card or debit or credit card. Yeah.
Have you ever used a service like PayPal?
PayPal, long time ago, I think that I bought a book on internet and I had to pay by using PayPal, but it was the only time that I used PayPal. Yeah.
You can say it like this. I had to pay with PayPal. I had to pay. So pay with, and then you name the service. I had to pay with PayPal.
With PayPal, yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. Let me see. Has anyone ever transferred money using the mobile phone? Nowadays, mobile pay services are, I guess, pretty common. I don't know if everyone trusts them. Like 10 years ago, people didn't even trust PayPal, but now it's pretty normal. Has anyone ever done money transfers through the mobile phone? Is anyone good with that?
I work at a bank, but I don't trust.
Really?
Yeah, really. Even working at a bank, I don't, because the bank, okay, they invest in technology, in security, but our smartphones, our devices,
Right.
sometimes we don't have the correct antivirus, the firewall, because these, for example, I only do transactions through the iPhone.
Right.
Through the iPad.
iPad.
In my notebook, I don't I don't do because I prefer I trust in iPad because the Apple, because the technology, but in using my notebook I don't like.
So yeah, go ahead, Gabrielle. Go ahead.
But this depends mobile or service to
Virus.
yes, that you have. But because I'm ever do transfer and everything in my mobile, but my bank give me security, correct?
Okay.
Security?
Yeah. So you use mobile banking because you have some kind of special security or antivirus on your mobile device. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I use I don't have an iPad, but I have a tablet, and I find it much easier to do the banking on the tablet because it's in the form of an app. On a laptop, it's a little bit less convenient. So there's more security steps in the laptop. So I don't know if it's safer, but I can tell you I've never had a problem. I use all of those. Cash, debit, credit, not checks anymore because banks, I don't know if they even issue checks. They probably do, but I don't see them. Bank transfer, PayPal all the time. Money transfer on the tablet, not on the mobile phone. I don't use mobile phones personally. I have so far never had a problem, so far. So Wellington, would you say that a tablet is safer than a laptop? Do you think it's
I
safer?
think.
Yeah.
I think. Not. I trust in iPad that is from Apple because so they verify the application, the app, and so we have more security. But other apps from open technology like Google,
Right.
yeah, I think you can.
Can
Many
hack it.
people can. Yes, it's easier to hack it to so put a virus there
Right.
to identify your passwords and other things.
Yeah, like I would be nervous about using Facebook to do this stuff, but I've been, yeah, I don't know. I've never had a problem with anything from Google yet, but I see what you mean. If it's open, people will be able, they will know, they should know better how to hack it. I see what you mean. Now you're making me think, Wellington. Now you're making me think. Maybe I ought to change what I do. Let's look at question number 2 before we start to read. We've got an article. How much of your money do you have invested in the following? Okay, I don't want to know how much. I'm just curious. So how many people have a current account? Some banks give you a card with codes. Yeah, I've got that too. You have to put in different letters and numbers, like each time you sign in, if that's what you mean, Jose. You got a special code, and it'll ask you for the third number of the code or the first number, like a special. I forget what they call it. So, how many people here have a current account? Say I.
I.
Two of us. I. Okay. Okay. If you don't, you say nay. Okay. So, how many people don't have a current account? Nay. Anyone? Anyone? Okay. We've all got a current account. How many people have a savings account? Say I. Okay, a few.
So,
Nay.
Nay. 2 nays. I'm a nay and you're a nay.
Nay.
Okay.
4. Sorry.
For savings now. Letter
Okay,
B,
okay.
savings.
I have.
I'm a nay because I can't see a reason to have a savings account, personally. What about you, Christian? Why don't you have one?
Because I prefer to invest in the life, and this is the reason I need to have only the current account.
Right. Yeah, I just wonder if, like, the amount that they give you back, like, it's so small that I just don't even see a reason for it. It seems more of a pain,
The interest is very low, and nothing interesting, for the moment,
Yeah. I felt the same way. Yeah. And you too, Anna? The interest rates are too low, yeah?
Yes, teacher. I have anyway, but the inflation is high than the interest is now.
Yeah, and also sometimes there's restrictions, like you put it in and you can't touch the money, or
Yes.
And
the date of the anniversary of your saving accounts. If you take the money before, you have no interest. But in fact, now we are losing money because there is no readjustment according to the inflation.
There's no readjustment.
No, it's lower than the inflation.
Right.
Now.
So what you mean? So Anna, what you mean by that? Let me see if I understand. because of inflation, you mean that the currency depreciates faster than the interest rate increases or appreciates. Is that the idea, if I understand correctly? So
Yes, and furthermore, the inflation is high. I guess it's 7 point something
right,
percent, and the interests are. I'm not sure. Do you know, Erickson?
probably
But
very low. Yeah.
the number is lower than this one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually never thought about that. I guess it's pretty obvious now that you mention it, but I never really thought about that. But is that because is it because that there's more inflation in Brazil? Is that, or like compared to the euro? Is the inflation rate much higher? I really don't know. I've never looked into it.
Teacher, it's because the tumor ruined our economy. The number of investors in my country plunged a lot because of the corruption in some companies and a lot of measures that she took that were wrong, you know, and the way that the government have been spending money a lot,
right,
and things like that. We are within an inch of having a huge recession. The situation here is dark.
So you think it's about to go? Well, actually, by the way, you can say plunge into recession. It's a good word when you drop down into, this spiral of losing value in the currency and no jobs and stagnation. So you think Brazil is about to plunge into recession? Is that right?
Right, teacher. I was reading and I was reading the Washington D.C. talking about the Brazilian economy, and there was a graph, and it decreased really, really quickly. The number of investors in 2009, it was okay, but now it's negative. I don't know, and the perspectives for the future, the predictions are very pessimistic.
We could say the outlook for the future. The outlook is grim. That's the expression.
Sorry.
The outlook. The expression is the outlook like this. Oh wait, hold on. I spelled it wrong.
Could you type on the Google chat, please?
Oh, the Google chat? Hold on. I don't have the Google chat open. 1 second. You could say the outlook is grim or the outlook is bleak, like this.
Okay.
The outlook means the perspective for the future. The outlook is grim. Grim is like serious. And bleak is, like a bleak landscape, there's no trees and it's dark, right? So the outlook is bleak. Okay. Well, did you see what happened in Guatemala over the weekend, was it? They put the president in jail. He resigned, and then they put him in jail for corruption. So it's possible. If that's the problem, then maybe there's some hope. I really haven't been following it, so I don't know what's going on. I know there was a lot of demonstrations in Brazil, I remember. Back to the question, though. So we've all got a current account. Some people, like me and Christian, and some of you, don't have a savings account. We all agree that maybe the interest isn't really good enough anymore. It's just not like it used to be. There were a couple of years ago, you could get really good savings accounts. Not really in the last 10 years, though. I mean, not that I remember. At least not here. Okay, we talked a little bit about government bonds. What about shares? If you own shares, say I.
I.
One person. Roberto. Oh, two people. Okay.
Teacher, what means shares?
Exactly. What means shares? Roberto, what is a share? Can you give us an example?
It's a part of a private company.
A part of a private company, Gabriela, like he
All
says,
right.
right?
Right.
Now, Roberto, did you get shares as part of a employment contract, or did you just decide to invest?
No, to invest, uh, to sell when the price increase.
Ah, okay, okay. And what about you, Javier? Did you decide to invest? Because in America, often you'll get shares as part of your contract when you get hired at a big company. They'll give you a salary and they'll give you shares.
No, no, it's not my case. No, no.
So you decided to invest.
Yeah, I decided to invest. Yeah.
All right. So, Roberto and Javier, what made you choose the companies you invested in? What did you do? Did you do research? Did you get a tip from someone? What made you choose those companies?
But I have part of my investment is in through a fund.
Through a fund, okay.
So I don't know what they are doing with the money actually, but
Oh,
yeah, so I mean I know that they are investing in European companies, but I don't know which ones.
And what about? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and another one I invest in my bank where I have the money. So.
And what about you, Roberto? Are you part of a fund as well?
In my case, is in banking.
It's in banking.
Yes.
Okay, but do you have a portfolio manager like Javier is saying? Like they manage the portfolio. In your case, is someone managing the money, or are you out there deciding when to buy and sell?
This is on my own. On my own.
On your own. Very
Yes.
good. Very good.
This is because I'm losing money. Yes.
And how are you deciding when to buy and sell? What are you doing? If I want to invest, what advice would you give me? How do I know when to buy and sell?
Because I know the company, because I follow it during many years, and I know more or less what is a good price for buying to buy.
Okay. Okay. And what do you prefer? Are you investing in tech? Are you investing in manufacturing? What's your area?
No, in banking, only in banking.
Oh, only in banking.
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been involved in banking? Because banking has, banking is interesting because we had the global financial crisis, right? And the American banks, the ones that didn't collapse, most of them didn't, their share prices went up during after the bailouts. Like some of these big banks, their share prices went up, like Bank of America, whatever. Some of them have got hit with fines, but I don't know. So was the global financial crisis, did that help you or did that hurt you in your investments?
No, help me, because nowadays is the Chinese crisis.
Right. Yeah, recently.
I'm losing money for that.
Yeah, that's very recent though with China. So you invested in some Chinese banks, yeah?
No, Spanish bank.
Spanish banks. And then, so explain to us what happened with your investment with the Chinese crisis. What happened exactly?
I think maybe, I don't know, I'm not a professional, but I think Chinese economy maybe have increased during many years, and maybe it's time to down.
It's time to. It's time to. We say the pendulum swings back.
Okay.
Pendulum swings back. So in other words, the pendulum on the clock swings left and right, and it'll go up, then it's got to go back down, then it'll go up and it'll go back down. So what you mean is the pendulum is swinging back. It's going down now in China, yeah?
And this is because all economy is a global economy. everything that happened in China affect every to the world.
Okay, that's true. But China is very good with money, right? They invest in things. They invest in things, not just finance. So if the pendulum swings back, unlike the United States, they own a lot. Well, the United States does too in a different way. But I'm saying, do you think, or don't you think, that it's just temporary? Because from what I understand, they play with the market, but they have invested in a lot of physical things that make the investment. It's anchored to something real. It's not just a bunch of virtual numbers. So I think, don't you think that with China, it's still a safe bet that they're going to swing back? What do you think?
I think it will be a temporary. I hope. I hope for my money.
Yeah. I think it will. I think it will too. All right. Well, so we've talked a little bit about different situations where we use different payments and different ways to invest in money. I think what we ought to do is this. Rather than start to read, I think we're going to save the reading for Wednesday's class. You're welcome to read on your own. You can just download the presentation and read the article, but I think it's a little bit long to do now. So I'd rather put that off until Wednesday, and I'd rather, if you don't mind, I'd rather continue with the class because we're having an interesting discussion. So I'd rather focus a little bit more on the discussion, and then we'll do the reading. I'd suggest that you read between now and Wednesday one time on your own. It's a little bit advanced, and then we'll probably read it together in the beginning of class on Wednesday. Or, if there's no one new in the class, we'll just use that for our activity. We're going to do different sorts of financial planning according to the ideas of the different cultures. So what I want to do is to introduce that idea. I want to talk about some different cultures and what money means in those cultures. So, for example, let's talk about it from your point of view or from your culture. If I'm gonna jump forward in the article here. Forget about all of this for the moment. Give me a second. These are some topics that will come up in the article, but I want to ask them to you as discussion questions, and I want us to see if we can get an idea about how one culture values money or values or doesn't value risk and other things associated with money. So we're going to take a look at a few of these questions in the time we have left. Okay, then we'll do the reading in the Wednesday's class, and if everyone's read it, if there's nobody new, we'll jump right into our activity. Okay, so for today, the first question is, when might it be a good idea to invest in property, gold, or art? First, let's hear your answers, and then let's see if we can compare cultural values with money. Okay, so what do you think? Gabrielle, why don't you start us off? What would you say about number one? When might it be a good idea to invest in property, gold, or art?
Or here in Brazil it's good, and I mean right now because
Right now, okay. Why?
yeah, in property because so many builders um, they
By
reduction
by builders,
your cost.
you mean construction companies?
Yeah, exactly. Constructory.
And what's going on with the construction companies now? There's a lot. Do you mean there's more construction now than before?
Oh, now they reduction your cost to invest in house, for example. So
Ah,
and
so they've reduced the cost of investment in housing.
yeah,
In housing,
when in housing,
right?
when this let me see.
You could also say in the housing market. You could say that too.
Oh,
So
en
go for it.
enterprise.
Yeah.
It's correct. It's correct.
Say again.
Enterprise.
I'm sorry.
Enterprise.
We don't say the word enterprise very much. We say company.
Company. No, no. I'm not mean a company. I'm not mean constructing
So,
or
but the word
uh,
enterprise it's kind of a virtual idea in English. If we want to say empresa, right? Emprendimento. What is emprendimento? A business? I don't know. I don't actually know.
See?
this is like a business.
The building.
I'm not sure like say this word.
Uh-huh. Emprendimento. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly the translation. It sounds to me like business, just business.
Oh, but
Because if you say empresa,
Same is
right?
the same, Eric.
Okay. So, if I understood correctly, Gabriela, it, it's
um,
it's cheaper now to invest in the housing market or the construction market right now in Brazil. Yeah?
yeah, in some case, may good for us because, um, like I say, some company reduction your cost, and in this moment to pay house or invest in house, new house.
Oh, emprendimento is entrepreneurship. Entre, oh, how do you spell this? Give me a second. Entrepreneurship. Give me a second. Hold on. One second, one second. Okay, this is the word, Gabriella. Look, this is it. Can you see it?
Oh, no,
In
I
the
see
chat.
the other window,
Okay,
the
one
chat.
second. One second, one second, one second. This is the word. Take a look.
Entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. All
Mhm.
right, thank you. Entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So,
In other words, entrepreneurship means you are starting a new business. You are starting up a new business or starting up a new project, but something really big. You're an entrepreneur.
yeah,
You're a
exactly.
business owner. Okay. So now is a good time, perhaps it's a good time to invest in property. Okay. Could be. So it has to do with the financial climate. Um, Andre Luis, uh, do you agree this is a good time to invest in property in Brazil? Do you think she's right about that, Andre?
Yes, I think yes, because now you can buy, for example, a house
Mm-hmm.
for less, and the in some year you can sell for more than you pay. I think is very good in Brazil for us is good.
All right. One more question before we run out of time. If you've got to go, just go, no problem. But last question. The second question is about credit cards, and I'm just curious, are credit cards a good thing or a bad thing? This is a good way to compare cultural attitudes. Okay? So last question before we go. Wellington says credit cards are bad. I say they're good. If you think credit cards are good, say I.
Aye.
I. Okay, that's two I's, me and Christian. If you think credit cards are bad, say nay. Wellington is a nay.
Bad.
Nay.
No, nay, nay,
Nay,
nay.
nay, nay. The
Yeah.
rest of you are not sure.
Nay a lot.
Nay a lot. Christian, why
Yeah.
are they good? I agree with you. Why are they
Yeah.
good?
But I think it's practice because you don't have a lot of money in your pocket all the times, and you don't have any risk to lose your money, and you have one robbery to pick your money in your pocket during the day, and it practice. You are not a target for the robbery,
I
and
agree completely. That's exactly
yeah,
what I think. It's insured.
yeah,
And you pay a service for the insurance. You have to pay interest, but it's a service.
yeah, and also with
Yeah.
with PayPal, in conjunction of PayPal, also is very, very, very practice. It's very convenient.
Yeah, it's very convenient. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
But the problem is when you are young, you don't know where the limit is, and you use it when you shouldn't. But for convenience, when you're old and mature and you know how to use it, I think it's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Wellington, before we go, why is it
Yeah.
evil?
Evil because you said, for example, if the people don't have it's not organized. So, for example, young people and mature people, older people, because, for example, we see every day older people buying things with credit card, and in the end.
Without thinking about it, yeah.
Oh, sorry. And in the end of the month, they don't have all the money to pay to, and so because this there are so the debt increase a lot, and so here in Brazil the taxes is very big, very big, because
Not the taxes to the government. You mean the interest rates, the
yes,
rates.
yes, the rates here is very big.
Right.
So I think I know use the credit card, but I prefer use the cash and ask for discount.
Okay. Okay, well, think about those ideas. Go ahead and read the article one time between now and Wednesday. On Wednesday, we're going to use the ideas in the article to do a little activity, so you'll get more familiar with the vocabulary and you'll use it in the activity. So if you can, read first. If you got to work, sorry, but if you're available, come back Wednesday. I'll be here tomorrow from 12 to 2 GMT for speaking skills and fluency fundamentals as well. Bye for now,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for your time, teacher.